Awaken Beauties, finally, it's here. The truth to empower women to true inner beauty through a healthy mind and inner biology. I am your hostess, Cassandra Keel, a 20-year salon owner, organic beauty product formulator, positive mind management, and clinical hypnotherapist. And I am here to help you stay sane, get sleep, and bring your sexy back. Sponsored by evoquebeauty.com. evoquebeauty.com. Now, let's get to it. Welcome to the Awaken Beauty podcast. This is Cassandra, your clinical hypnotherapist and biofeedback practitioner. And thank you so much for being here with me. Have you ever felt somebody's energy standing behind you, beside you, and you just knew that it was seeping into your essence, and you felt agitated, or you felt encouraged, or you felt laughter, whatever that emotion was? As above, so below, as within, so without. Everything is energy. And today I want to actually talk about energy, how it's combined with leadership and our presence. Now, as a salon owner, I am in women's energy all day long. And as a group facilitator, I am leading with my energy. As a podcaster, I want to show up present and fully aligned with the message that I want to give. And so often I see so many women burnt out, and it has become my mission to help and encourage and empower women to lead boldly, burn brightly without burning out. And that comes down to energy. And so in order to create a life and a business on purpose, integrating and aligning the conscious and subconscious mind is what brings us a regenerative feeling that keeps us fueled with the clarity and clairvoyance that truly creates this energetic resonance that is restorative, not only in our body, but for us not to actually be pissed off about our job, about the business that we've created, that you actually build up resentment. That's energy. So I just want us to really ground down and tap into this episode. There's some just fun pieces here. It's short, but it's so profound. And so have you ever also heard or made the following statement to yourself, going back to how I opened? That person steals my energy, or it's hard to be around them, or our chemistry just doesn't mix well. If we replay these types of statements in our mind, it eventually becomes our truth, and relationships and the view of the world become tainted. And it's really hard when our view and perception of the world is dark. And it's hard to improve that at a linear mind, in the conscious mind. So these thoughts lie within our conscious, our subconscious, and our superconscious field. And there's two types of energy that play a significant role in our personal effectiveness and quality of the structure we build in our life, our health, our relationships, and a regenerative business that I'm sure we all so truly desired. So these two types of energy today I'm going to talk about are referred to anabolic and catabolic. Now, the first is anabolic energy. It's constructive, it's building, it's a healing energy. And this type of energy releases anabolic hormones, such as testosterone, into the body. And the second type of energy is called catabolic energy, and it's draining, destructive energy. And this energy releases catabolic chemicals such as cortisol and adrenaline, which actually eat away at our very cells and the fibers in our heart that break down the heart chakra. So, what I want to review, and I will share an image on the blog that this will be on, but there is an image that represents the 7 levels of energy in what I would call a true leadership model. And so at the very top level, and maybe you could call it your lower energy, would be that you're a victim. Those would be your core thoughts. And the core feeling would be apathy, and the behavior and the result and the feeling is lethargy. Now, the second is conflict, which evolves into the emotion of anger, and then defiance is the behavior. And then going up the spectrum is responsibility. And then you take core of the forgiveness in that emotion. And your cooperative would be the behavior. And then the fourth up would be concern, which would then evolve into compassion, which then evolves into service. Now be mindful of these and where you get stuck. And then the fifth is reconciliation, that rolls into the emotion of peace and the behavior of acceptance. And 6 is synthesis, which evolves into the emotion of joy, and wisdom is the behavior and the result. And the uppermost spiral is non-judgment and absolute passion, which is really where we come back into pure creation. So as we think about these 7 levels of energy in this true leadership model, next we want to flow into what blocks our energy. What are the defaults so that we can have awareness around them? And our thought processes can work to block our energy. And in the coaching community, we use the acronym called GALES. And so I want you to think of this as Gale, like your evil sister, popping up into your mind with critical thinking that wants to just be an echo chamber of negative thoughts and how we can shut them down. And it stands for gremlins, assumptions, interpretations, and limiting beliefs. So the gremlins are the internal voices that tell us we're not good enough and leads to self-doubt. And the assumptions are when we have an expectation that because something happened in the past that it's going to happen again. And then our interpretations create an option or judgment that you create about an event, situation, or person, or an experience, and believe that to be true, usually tapped into our past experiences in the subconscious mind from our childhood between the ages of 1 and 8. And then the next is limiting beliefs, which are the things that we accept about life, ourselves, and the world, or about the people in it that limit our thinking in some way. So we must increase our individual level of energetic awareness and cognitive awareness and subconscious awareness to begin the process of noticing our thoughts, our feelings, and behaviors, which can field, and or I should say, will increase and feed our little sister, the negative Nellie over there, named Gail. So a combination of things such as our life experiences, the ways that we think about things, Socratic thinking, being curious, if we're not curious, if we're judgmental, and the roles we fulfill may begin to shape our overall presence and how we make choices and choose how we show up in our lives. And our default energy level is how we show up when things are typically going well for us. And a few quick ways to increase your level of awareness includes getting grounded and centered through activities such as deep breathing, where we activate the vagus nerve, or meditation, where we get the body into parasympathetic rest and digest. And perhaps biofeedback, or just feedback from people in your life that have your best interest in mind. So energy is a choice, And in our lives and all the dynamics that we accompany us along the way, we must remember that we always have choice, regardless of our different circumstances. It is when we forget and lose sight of the available choices and our energy that we bring to the table and how we show up in our lives and who we surround ourselves by, is when we take on a victim, a non-judgmental, the curious thinking mind, in which then results in our behavior. So choices really can be described as having the freedom to see things as we desire, feel what we want, and live the life that we created. And we must intentionally choose in each moment how we want to choose to live life. And it matters because most people go through life without being more intentional about their choices. And over time, we become disengaged from true passion and what really truly fulfills us. And when we decide to become more conscious and engaged, several things begin to occur. Our judgment is reduced, which reduces our stress. Increased productivity and pleasure is induced in the body through oxytocin and the pathways of the neuropathies, allowing us to have healthy dopamine and renewed clarity of purpose and fulfillment. And our energy levels are evident in our presence and how we show up in the world. So that's what I mostly wanted to explore today, is that this gale, right? This different fragments of gale that ends up in the echo chamber of the negative chatter in our mind is combined with our thoughts, our feelings, and behavior, and it impacts others and how we experience our life and how other people experience us in our life. So some of our thoughts are catabolic in effect and bring down our energy levels and may limit our consideration of available options. And the more anabolic thinking and energy and presence that we can do, the more sense of freedom and choice and power and fulfillment we experience. So each thought we entertain has an energetic implication. The catabolic energy injures us, while anabolic energy heals or builds us up over time. So that's what I really wanted to bring in, is that these energetic levels at a glance, at each level, from one of the lack of choice and having a victim mentality, being so upset, it's like I don't even exist or they just ignore me, to maybe level 4, care and compassion. I really want the best for that person and for their company or for their business. And I'm really happy to support him or her in any way that I can. Or level 5, reconciliation of a win-win, that there's no good or bad, right or wrong. Where there's opportunity here, is that's what we want to focus on. How can we both win here? That's what I call the infinite game. You pass the ball forward where all players are wanting to play the game. And level 6, into intuition, which is your creative genius, the space of brilliant visionaries. We're all connected and everything here has a value and purpose. And level 7, all the way to the top, complete passion for all aspects of life in complete oneness and energetic resonance. I feel complete passion and joy in this and all situations. So while you might notice that level 1 and 2 are largely catabolic, and reminding you that level 2 is that anger, combativeness, and resisting and fighting the energy, right? It won't bring you the great things and the results. There's no good or bad per se in the energy of the intuition, the creative genius. You're just the observer of the observer. So each one of these energies have an inherent advantage and disadvantage and can be consciously used to reach specific visceral goals in your life, which are really just visualizations of creating the dream bigger than the dream and making the infinite game a part of your day, where all players are here to create oneness and to advance the ball forward. And it's also normal for us to cycle up and down the spectrum. When our energy is weak, and when we can rarely hang on at one level at a time. So I want to encourage you to change the way you see view this world, and how you approach problems, and how you engage with others, and how this taps into all of the different belief systems based on our energy, how we demand ourselves to show up and be a leader in this world, and how that energetically creates presence, which will become the attraction point of manifesting love and what you desire into your life through being a true leader, or blocking it from these different 7 levels of energy, and how we can look at that and just be curious of where we're at and where we most hang out with, and then how we can take Gail, the gremlins, the assumptions, the interpretations, and limiting beliefs, and how we can be patient with that, lean into it with grace, understand our values, and release the Gail so that we can step up in that higher, visceral, energetic spaciousness and embodiment, so that we can be the true leader that we're called to be, whether in our family, our business, our community, a leader in our own life, just leading our own life, being in control of our life as a leader, of you just being you in the being and not the doing. So that's what I wanted to share, to control the gremlins, the assumptions, the interpretations, and limiting beliefs with Gail when she shows up, and how we are all truly called into leadership. But it happens through the energetics that becomes the presence on who we truly want to become and who we see ourselves to be in our highest self, our superconscious genius, and our superconscious highest resonance of ourselves. So that's what I wanted to share with you. All of my love, all of my light. And if you have any comments, please do share and follow on any podcast stream that you so enjoy, and leave comments on how this affected you today. All of my love and all my lights. Well, hello, Awaken Beauty. Thank you so much for joining the show today. Were you inspired? Please leave a comment or your own personal aha moment so others can capture exactly what you did. Also, please like and subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And if you're interested in high quality natural products for your hair, skin, and wellness, including organic CBD, please visit evoquebeauty.com. Again, that is evoquebeauty.com, evoquebeauty.com. And until next time, darling, stay sane, get sleep, and bring your sexy back.